Good morning, viewers. Today we have Mr. Rahul Goyal, Managing Director, RLG Group. RLG Group is into chemicals, pharma and power business. Welcome, Mr. Goyal, to our show.
Thank you, Rakesh. It's nice meeting you again.
Thanks for your time. So, Mr. Goyal, it's been 30 years now in the chemical business.
Yeah, family is into last 40 years. 40 years. I am into business from last about 23 years.
So over these 35 years, you've gone through a massive growth in your business. How do you manage to achieve this? And can you share some numbers like pehle kya tha and where you are now?
See, in last 35 years, we would be about more than 10 times what we have right now. And the success would be more about making sure that you are doing take your time in selecting a product.
Okay.
But then once you are committed, then you stay in that business for long.
Okay.
So a lot of times people make a hasty decision and then halfway through they run away. So once we select a product, we take our time, but then once we are into the project, then we don't worry about the price and all that. Then we worry about making the quality product and at the cheapest cost. And even I would like to tell you that all our acetic anhydride plants used to have a gas-based system. And there was a huge pressure on the pricing in the market. And instead of asking the customer to increase the price, our management decided it's easy to save than to go and ask the customer for price increase. So we revamped all the plants and upgraded all the heating systems and other to bring down the pricing of conversion of our product to more than 35%.
35%?
Yes.
That's huge.
That's huge. Yeah. And we are monitoring not on monthly basis, on a daily basis.
Okay.
So the conversion cost for the product is being monitored on a daily basis, so that at the end of the month, that the conversion costs are not higher than what.
So your internal costs, you keep a check
every day.
Every day, you're closely monitoring that, and that's the one reason you're able to have decent margins compared to your competitors.
We make our balance sheet every month.
Okay.
So we will know end of this month what we made.
Oh.
In a ballpark figure, plus minus 5-10% is okay.
Yeah.
But on first of every month we will know what is our balance sheet in profit and loss.
Fantastic. So you are connected with the numbers.
Yes, we are connected with the numbers.
This is amazing. So learning from your past mistakes, your experience, what according to you are the 3 things you would advise my readers to avoid in import business and export business?
Don't trust your customer.
Okay.
Trust your data.
Trust your data. Okay.
The customer has a requirement which he wants to fulfill.
Okay.
So you have to trust your data.
Okay.
And data which is authenticated and published. It is not by word of mouth data that somebody comes and tell you, oh, this is the price I have heard in the market. So it should be through reports and logical data, statistics, what you should trust, and verify those with the knowledgeable people or the domain people.
Okay.
Your data and your assumptions.
Okay.
So in the export business, because the distance and the communication is at a longer distance, so sometimes the information which is exchanged, there are a lot of changes which happens in between.
Okay.
So you have to be kept yourself updated on the information.
Okay.
So you cannot rely on a last week report in this week.
Yeah.
So there are many changes which happens. A lot of reports are published now on daily or a weekly basis.
Yes.
Because the information traveling time has reduced. So that changes have also made that frequency of change has also increased.
Yes.
So you cannot say a monthly report is a good now. You need a weekly report. Because the information is transferring so fast
Yes.
that the arbitrage or the people who are dealing in it covers their position very fast. So the changes are happening very fast. So you have to keep yourself updated on that.
Okay. And how about imports?
Import is little more dynamic business because you are on the receiving end. So there you have to keep more track about the inventory levels at the port and the material on shore. So there you have to keep more of a vigil on how the by the time you order and the material comes to the port, you will see the prices has already gone down.
Yes, it happens.
It happens a lot.
Yeah.
That and we have burnt our fingers. It is not that we have made huge losses many a times. That we booked the material and by the time it reached, we found that the local market is offering lower than what you have
Bought it.
you have incurred that losses. So that's why you have to see the market dynamics as how the market dynamics are behaving, what is the inventory levels, whether the production, and same way the customer also. Whether you are buying very cheap doesn't make sense if the customer doesn't need it.
Yeah.
So
All these
dynamics you have to keep in mind.
So how do you stay updated with market trends?
We are subscriber to InfoDrive. That is one thing.
Thank you.
We are subscriber to Platts and other routine magazines and subscriptions. And we have our sales teams who reviews the market, the scenario, how the growing is. So every month we have a small review meeting internally. Could be our buying strategy for this month for all the major raw materials.
Okay.
Looking into the market trends and other things. Then we collect a little bit data from our sales team as how they are perceiving the market. A lot of time you may buy a raw material at a very low price, but there is no demand for your finished product.
Okay.
So even buying very intelligently doesn't serve you a purpose if you are not focused on your customer.
Yeah.
For example, we know that during Diwali season, most of the customers shut their plant.
Okay.
In Gujarat region specifically. So even if the raw material is available at X, but there is no purpose because the customer is closed.
Okay.
So there is no point in buying and creating an inventory in your plant when you know that 1 week, 10 days there will be no dispatch.
Okay.
So it is not just the raw material but your customer market also we keep a track of.
So you review
The pricing market,
you
subscriptions.
You review the sales team's feedback.
Feedback as what the
customer
market is.
situation,
Customer
seasonal impacts.
Seasonal impacts.
And then you arrive, and this happens every month.
Yeah,
this review happens every month.
Review happens every month as what will be the strategy, what will be the production requirement this month, and then we plan it for it monthly.
So the last is 35 years. Can you share an interesting turning point in your business?
Few years back, there was a fire in the Eastman plant in US.
Okay.
And the market really got into panic. And artificially also and by demand both, the prices were almost three times in the domestic market and 4 times in the international market.
Oh.
But that time I could judge from the international buyer. They were well informed because I think they take most of the decision based on reports and other things. So they could cover even the material from the domestic market on a long term, envisaging the demand and supply gap that would be created because of the problem at a certain plant in US.
Okay.
So by the time we realized that the market could go so much high, they tried to cover up the prices even at double. So they didn't pay 3 times the prices, they were even to secure the material at double the prices.
Okay.
And the reason I think is because they have a lot of data about the production, demand and supply scenario.
Okay.
So they could make it that if this plant goes down, what would be the demand supply gap,
And how the
and
prices will.
how the prices will react, and how to make sure that we cover the demand side from our end, from the potential supplier. So that's how I think the information plays a very important role. Not every day, but once in a year, but that covers your cost for many years.
Okay.
Many people who will be buying your reports may be thinking it's a paper every week or a month we are getting, but that paper or information, even once in a year, can save them and get them a benefit which they will not even make in years to come.
Okay.
So sometimes people may feel that the information and reports are routine,
Okay.
but a habit of that routine reading gives you once in a
One
lifetime.
big shot.
One big shot, once in a lifetime.
Once. Okay. Thank you. Good insights for our readers. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.